Hi, I'm Shiroy. I just wanted to say right before getting into the video that this one will not be going over every weapon, but instead it'll be going over some of the picks that some players may see as useless or not as effective. I also plan to release a video once a week or every few days, but there will be more information on that later. Alright, so this video is going to hopefully be shorter than the last one, as I want to just go over some facts or tips before I release the next video I have planned. Firstly, I want to talk about the Shatterstar shotgun. This weapon is really good. It's really good close range as you'd expect a shotgun to be, but in certain situations, though it's risky, it can even be used as an anti-mech weapon. Additionally, I have a tip for you that I discovered one day many months ago and haven't heard of any other players using, new and old. You can shoot this thing forever. That's right, forever. All you have to do is shoot it, press reload immediately after firing, and there you go. You're now shooting the gun in the best way possible. From everything I've tested over the time I've used this, there is no downside at all. It doesn't affect fire rate, it doesn't affect the damage, it doesn't affect anything. The only downside this may have is that you won't be able to roll. However, if you combine this with Mila, whose passive is a faster reload upon tumbling, you will be able to circumvent this. Additionally, if you're on a skateboard, you can shoot after jumping, reload immediately after firing, and you're still good to go. Does this work with the gun shield? No. Technically yes, but no. This is only possible with Mila, but even then, it still doesn't work. You can reload the shot by rolling and reloading with Mila, but if you try to fire after rolling, you'll notice you twirl your shotgun after trying to fire again, effectively making this useless. The gun shield. When paired against weapons with normal properties, such as the sniper rifle, the assault rifle, and the pulse rifle, the pilot behind it will take no damage, and instead, the shield will take damage. However, weapons that count as explosive damage will penetrate the shield. However, some damage will be absorbed by the shield. The Shatterstar shotgun is by far one of the best counters to this shield. However, the ion cannon and explosive sniper both can penetrate the shield pretty well. If you have a weapon that can penetrate the shield, the pilot behind it can be hit in the head for bonus critical damage. It's also worth noting that weapons that penetrate the shield seem to have half their damage absorbed by the shield, but this is only through what I've tested. For example, a flamethrower would on average do 30 damage per hit on a pilot, but here, 15 is done to the shield, and 15 is done to the pilot. A cryo gun does 7 to the shield, and 7 to the pilot. If you want to hit harder with the cryo gun against a shield, use the alternative firing mode, which is the snowball cannon. Upon striking a pilot in the back with the weapon, the shield will not absorb it. Additionally, if you can hit the pilot in some precise spots, the damage will go to the pilot. However, this method in particular is quite inconsistent sometimes. Flamethrower and Cryo Gun. The Flamethrower and Cryo Gun both function similarly in some aspects, however, there are key differences which we'll go over. The Flamethrower has an effect that upon firing it, it will inflict a burning effect on the player it hit as well as the area around it. It could be hard to tell where you shouldn't step, but try your best to avoid anywhere that has flames on the ground, as stepping on them will catch you on fire, dealing 30 or so damage over time. The cryo gun, on the other hand, does not have this, but rather, when you hit someone enough with its ice mist mode, their movement speed is significantly reduced, indicated by the blue particles, and if you keep spraying them with it, they will eventually freeze for a moment, similar to the paralysis inflicted by Arthur or Andromeda's core module. Both the Flamethrower and Cryo Gun are good at fighting pilots in a deformed car, since it will damage the pilot inside. However, since the Flamethrower does more damage and can burn the pilot, it's my preference versus a deformed car. You cannot do critical damage with the Flamethrower, nor can you do it with the Cryo Gun when you aren't in the Snowball mode. When you go into the Snowball mode, you can hit critical spots, but it will not apply debuffs such as slower movement speed or freezing. Alright, so I hope that the things that I've said will be useful to you, and there will be more videos covering weapons in the future, but as it stands right now, I've got a lot to cover, and so if you have any ideas what I should cover next, let me know. Unfortunately, I couldn't cover every weapon that I wanted to, but let me know in the comments if you'd like to see more guides relating to pilot weapons, or if you have any ideas for guides that you want to see in the future. If you found any of the information in this video useful to you, let me know in the comments if you'd like. And if you feel that there's a player that could use some of this information, feel free to share it with them. Thanks for watching!